Play clock about to expire. We get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And some room to work. Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. Touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, 84 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
That's the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here's Breeze. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10. Let's go. At their own 20-yard line.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. Would be ideal.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Lutt's good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, tight down. There you go.
On the counter, Devontae Freeman. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Now Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
I know that's their first connection in this game, but you and I both know that Julio Jones is without a doubt his quarterback's favorite target.
Oh, yeah, Matt Ryan loves this guy. Who wouldn't?
Yeah, and the reason that he's that is because of his dependability. And quarterbacks have to have that from their receivers, meaning they know where they're going to be when they're running certain routes. They don't break them on them. They don't change them up and do their own freelance stuff and put their quarterbacks in bad situations. Matt Ryan has ultimate trust in Julio Jones.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. He was looking for Mohamed Sanu there. That'll bring up 2nd down.
25. Check 56.
They run the counter. Freeman. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best. And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
59, 30, 280. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field.
From the red zone now, here's Ryan on 1st down. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And that makes the score 14-7.
14, Saints 7.
Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. On first down, Breeze. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Pilot, 64, wait.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Ready?
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
We own it. 5-9. Mike's 59. Wait, 59.
Here's Breeze to throw. Rashard Matthews here on the catch. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
36, 36. Mike, check. 59, 59. Shift. Hey, kill.
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
Ready. Yellow lady. Check, 59. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get kill. Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
From the gun, it's Breeze. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 25 yards that time.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Breeze on the draw, gives to Kamara. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7.
Ready. 5-9.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report.
5.
Breeze to throw on 3rd and 1. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
The kick by Lutz is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one going the wrong direction.
Here we go.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
So much about offense is what we call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
And a Falcon 1st down.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here's Freeman. And an alley to run. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. 3rd down here.
And 10 yards to go.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. Looking in zone for Jones. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
0-2. 45.
They start the second half with Kamara. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
I'm coming after you. Mike, check. 50. Hey, Haywood. Crunch time, defense. 59 Mike, 59 Mike.
From the 30 on second down, Breeze. It's brought in right side by Ginn. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Set, 5-8, 5-8. Check my 45. Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day. All day.
On first and 10, here's Breeze. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Ready, 280. 47's the mic. Hey, defense, let's go.
This is Freeman on first and 10. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Connects with Sanu right side. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Recon, 132 fighter. Check black 47.
Now Ryan. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ortiz. Give him 3 on the play, and just like that, it's third down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. On third down, Devontae Freeman. That he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And Tavecchio pulls it to the right. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll be a second and long.
Ready. Yellow waiting. Lunch 59. Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. 5-1.
Shotgun now for Breeze. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end.
I got you, sir. 11. Right, check. Hey, exit. Here it comes.
Breeze looking to throw on 3rd and 2. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 43-yard line.
Down, ready, back 25. Watch the run, watch the run. 21. 27 right.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Cameron Jordan able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 3rd and long, it's Ryan. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Here, 21, 21.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, you need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Breeze again here on 2nd and 10. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Jack Crawford gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
You're good, you're good.
Now Breeze. Flushed out right. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. This is taken around the 12. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
At their own 19-yard line.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. He's got a 1st down and more past the 30. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
And the Falcon 1st down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Ryan. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he's got this down to the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Ryan now off the bootleg. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Breeze now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Check 59, Mike is 59, Mike to 59.
To throw is Breeze. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. It was Desmond Trufant right there, step for step in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Breeze. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. Might want to remember that 3rd down play, 37 yards. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
53.
From midfield, here's Breeze. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They toss to Freeman. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They all go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, you know, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trusting his quarterback and trusting his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, Yeah, not really a good reason.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And that'll bring up second down.
Ready. 95, 56. 59. 65, 65. Sammy. 59. Hey, orbit. 59.
Now Breeze. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Go.
Back to throw. That is caught at the 7. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the... Nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
Check. 59. Hey, Steve 6. 59 Mike. Check.
Back to throw, Breeze. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT.
Well, I don't think we'll have to look very hard to find our play of the game. That was an absolutely monstrous big play right there. Backs to the wall. The offense has it in the red zone, driving for the winning score. And he says, not on my watch. And that is one happy bunch on the sidelines.
After the interception, here's Ryan. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
A loss of 7 on the sack. It's second down.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Till next time, we say so long from the Bayou.
game here taking us, no barber, ain't no fading us. I ain't really saying much. Actions be louder than words, man. I just wanna be heard for your mom to your pop to the beat to the birds, man. Cut right off on the curb, like I'm Barry Sanders. So it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my whole team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah. And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like what? And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like what? Whole squad like yeah. And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like yeah. And it feel like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. You don't want problems. You don't want smoke. No. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke. No. You don't want problems.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the New Orleans Saints. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Ready? Yellow lady, yellow lady. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Hey, kill. 13.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
1st down.
Set. 5-8. Mike is 59. Mike's a 59. Lead you on. Hey, kill.
From nearby Norcross, Georgia, it's Alvin Kamara. And he works free. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, 59 yards. And the Saints have taken the early lead. You talk about explosion plays. There's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate, big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and run for the first time with Freeman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Ryan. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They run the counter. It's Freeman. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the Saints' 43-yard line.
Ready, Blue 80! Blue 80! Check! Check!
4-7's the mic. 4-7's the mic. I got it.
Hey, Foxtrot! Check Mike 47! Check Mike 47! All right, quick, it on!
Now it's Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Ready, Blue 80!
Mike's 47. Hey, watch the slant.
54, down!
Check 31.
Blue 80, set!
Now Ryan on first down. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Caught on the left side by Ginn. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 30-yard line.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
Breeze now. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack. Now the veteran punter for the Saints, Thomas Morstead, on to punt on 4th down. This is brought in at the 21. A big-time return there, 40 yards. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
It's our field. It's our field.
They run the counter. It's Freeman, and he stopped immediately there.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other side. Sideline as a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
On second down, here's Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. Julio Jones all alone. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 39 yards. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Saints have taken the lead. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Saints 14, Falcons 7.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
The Falcons take over. We got this. At their own 25-yard line.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And for the Saints here on third down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Hey, Charlie. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Mike's 47.
From the gun, it's Ryan. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Touchdown, baby. Touchdown.
Partner, I know it's hard to believe, but sometimes guys who are built with the dimension of linebackers can actually get lost from sight by the quarterback.
Well, they're usually not the tallest guys.
So, yeah, that allows them sometimes to kind of hide down in there, kind of get a little bit lower, and maybe he just never saw him. But, boy, he sure wishes he had. He picked it off and ran it all the way back for a touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talked about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Hey, you don't want to see me. Hey, Echo.
Now it's Ryan. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. The end result, 21 yards.
Check. Crunch. X3. 218. Chop it.
Here's Ryan. The quick slant caught. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your big...
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. And Ginn's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
Ready? Yellow lady,
A
yellow lady.
Reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 58 yards. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
The Falcons take over at their own 25-yard line.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like... And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Another try after the first down sack. Ryan. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up first and goal.
Hey, y'all waiting? Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down. Live.
Shotgun now for Breeze. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. It'll definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something up now, 3rd and 10. Breeze to throw again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And what would the look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Will Lutz on for the field goal. A 23-yard attempt.
And Lutz puts this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
At their own 25-yard line.
13 seconds, the time remaining in the half as they come up on first down.
27 Mike. 25.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
That's it, baby. We gonna work.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the shotgun, Ryan. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long. And they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. On 2nd down, Freeman. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And that is incomplete.
So they looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th down with Ryan. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Down. Ready. Ready.
Rip right. Rip right. Shift. Shift.
Now a handoff. It's Freeman. Another nice gain. 13 yards that time and another 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check 3. Check.
Freeman again, a 1st down carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
That defensive front four has been very good. They've just not let the running game get going, have they?
Not at all. In fact, the entire offense just looking a little bit out of sync in this one.
Yeah, sometimes this is why coaches like 4-down defensive linemen, they feel like they can cover more ground when defending the run.
On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan over the middle, complete. It's Jones. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
First down. First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Ryan now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10.
Check, check, lucky, quick zone, travel.
Back to the running game. It's Freeman. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
Check, check, check. Alert 3, alert 3.
61, matchbox lights.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They come out here in the eye.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
Now Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons cut into that lead. Tavecchio good on the extra point. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, first and 10 at their own 21. They begin on the ground with Kamara. Room here to run. That one 28 yards on the ground. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
A false start backs him up 5, first and 15.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
25, check 25, check. We're good, we're good. High forward, ready. Check 49, check 49.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up. Check 52. 12, 12, 12.
Here's Breeze to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain.
Slam, slam, slam. Easy, opposite, opposite, opposite.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be second down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is a modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
On the counter, here's Kamara. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Atlanta. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the fourth.
Come to my work. You killed. Come to my work.
45 to Mike. 45 to Mike.
Hey, watch the ball. Hey, Delta.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Breeze escaping the pressure right. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. This is Zach Line, the fullback, trying to ram his way in, but they're going to hold him back at the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Let's get it. Switch. Switch. Quick dash. Quick dash. Here goes 21. 21.
Here's Breeze. The quick slant caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Saints add on to their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now Ryan. Blitz coming, and down he goes. David Onyemata picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Jordan able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Now Ryan back into his end zone. And he hits his target. This is Luke Stocker. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Freeman. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's at 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot?
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Alex Anzalone in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They run the counter. It's Freeman, and they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
It's now 3rd down and long.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
We got 4. We got 4.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, Freeman. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for him with Ryan. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jones. And he will be marked down inside of New Orleans 10. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. So on 4th down, a big-time completion. And the defense, they've got to be shaking their heads right now.
Not only shaking their heads, but understand that they committed one of those cardinal sins that they say they can't do at any time. They committed an eye violation, had their eyes in one place, and allowed the deep ball behind them.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
When you get your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
20.
Here's Ryan. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know.
Doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go!
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Mike, ready? 95-56, 95-56.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 28-yard line.
Man, 59 Mike, 59 Mike. Check, 59. Target.
They run it again with Kamara. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. Till next time, we say so long from Atlanta.